Utah water shaming is a Utah pastime.
Also asking municipalities, businesses, and property owners to follow suit.
Utah water shaming is a Utah pastime.
Travis Wayne Goodsell, how hard is it to identify a criminal act? I mean, does anybody understand what a crime is? It's when you take away life, liberty, or property of another person. Those three main categories. It's that simple. It's not complicated. It's in the Constitution. It's in the Declaration of Independence. It's supposed to be the law. Now, I understand that the rest of you have not been victimized by the church as severely as I have. And so, yes, it may seem unreal that I'm making such claims, that they would order and pay to have me disappeared, locked away from society, not in prison, tortured, and attempted to murder me. That seems so unreal. But I know it. I got the evidence. I caught them in the act. And then I caught them trying to cover up that act. And yet the judges, for whom I was suing the church for, couldn't see it. And didn't want the evidence to be presented in an actual lawsuit. Twice over. The second one was about how the federal judges were working with the church. I already had the evidence from the first lawsuit. And sure enough, they do it again in the second one. How hard is it to accept what a crime is, and for people in positions to do something to stop people? Why are they not stopping people? The Department of Justice is refusing to do anything. Brand new guy, I know what it's like to be victims of white supremacy. It's real personal to me. Yeah, well, you're not showing it. You're actually siding with them. You're aiding and abetting criminal behavior. So too are all Mormons. When Nelson gets up and says, hey, we made a deal with Russia, you don't cheer. You go, hey, they're our enemy. Any deals with them is a betrayal of this country. It's treason. It's sedition. It's insurrection. How hard was it to see that? And yet you can hear in the background Mormons cheering. When Trump got up and said, Russia, if you're listening, I hope you can find... We all knew it was a crime. You don't do that. And yet, nope. Crime is not a crime. Reality isn't real. Truth isn't true. And so Nelson then follows up with his version for the Mormon Church. Mormons, if you're listening, I paid Russia money, and now they're using it against us. We have no temple. There was no exchange of goods and services. It's not hard to identify. When Nelson, as a medical doctor who contacted China to find out how severe the coronavirus is, and he was told he then made a deal for a temple, which America paid for, and Mormons paid for, because he downplayed it. Oh, this is only temporary. We're still in a pandemic, technically. We haven't dropped down to an epidemic. We're still in a pandemic. This month's numbers for those who are infected are rising. And why? Oh, right. The Biden CDC said, hey, no more face masks. Isn't that great? Oops. I knew it was trouble when I heard her say it on Rachel Maddow's show. I was horrified. How dare she? I knew what was going to be the result. And sure enough, we got people even on the bus who like, oh, we have to wear a mask still? Do you have an extra one? No? Oh well. And so yeah, the numbers are rising again. We could not get below 100 per day. Couldn't do it. Never happened. How hard was it for Mormons to identify what Nelson did by not keeping the church shut and turning it into a super spreader? How could Mormons not see that that's criminal? You've lost loved ones. You know of people who are now gone. Nelson's to blame. Herbert's to blame. And now we have a drought. Nelson's silent this time. I wonder if he's going to shut down the church to prevent the extra use of water. Church is not necessary. Alma chapter 32 tells us all about that. You don't need church to worship God. And we have the internet. You just get a ward, like the one that sent me a death threat. Unbelievable. And just hold your services online. The bishop can do it from his house. He can give a little spiritual thought, instruct the priesthood holders in the home to do the sacrament. It's not hard. It should have been done all last year. It's not hard. But nope, the church made money from the coronavirus, and now they're going to make it this year for the vaccines. And they're not going to shut down the church. They're going to use up extra water. You know, Cox came out with an order today. Do you honestly think it's just for grass that we use water? Seriously? And then he goes and does the Trump thing. Make yellow grass green again. Something like that. Being a follower of Trump is a crime because you're committing crimes. Trump's a loser. And yet, everybody keeps saying, oh, well, I like his policies. Oh, which policies? Separating families at the border? Locking up babies away from their nursing mothers in cages? Sending the kids in to sex slavery, being raped by the guards, canceling DACA, banning transgender as non-human, doing a travel ban to Muslim countries. How hard is it to identify the crimes? Oh, but he's the president, he's the law. Life, liberty, property. It's not complicated. The police should be rounding them all up, locking them up. All the prophets locked up. Because I see it. I see the extreme that was done to me on a mass scale with all of you. I'm able to identify crimes that Mormons just take for granted. Your sealing in the temples. The woman goes into slavery. Sex slavery. And when Nelson changed the law of obedience, oh, you don't have to obey your husbands anymore. That's great. Oh, wait, the law of chastity was changed too. Oh, I wonder what those means in the context of his law, God's law, from section 132, where it says polygamy is God's law. Do you just think that, oh, well, we're not practicing it, so nothing's going to be done about it? Do you not understand why the church is making deals with our enemies around the world who are attacking America, trying to destroy it? Do you not think that maybe the church has made a deal to have their kingdom again when they can implement polygamy again? Are you sure you want polygamy? Because the sex in the church is equal. Slightly more men than women. Uh-oh. That's not good. Not enough women to go around. And then there might be women that guys may not like that they'll be forced to be with. Uh-oh. But not to worry. You have to be a leader in the church, a high priest. And he's taken away the high priest group, remember? And now he's taken away conference for the priesthood and relief society sessions. Silencing women, by the way. Oh, the church is not sexist. The Salt Lake Tribune said 3 women compared to 30 normally. And that's not sexism? Well, the prophets have to speak. Yeah? So why take away the women's session of conference? That was the whole purpose, was to give women a voice in the church. And now Nelson took it away. Do you not recognize the crimes? How hard is it? Oh, we allow blacks in the priesthood now and in the temples. Uh-huh. Right. I saw the photo op about the Church History Center opening up. Again, more waste of money or water. I should go online and say, hey, church is wasting water. I was told there's a website. Yes, last night Cox did it. So let's do it. Let's report on the church about their water wasting. Utah water waste reporting. Okay, that's the KUTV reporting it. There's a water shaming website, and ABC4 News Utah, how to report water wasting. Utah is in a drought. How can I report water wasting? All I want, here we go, deq.utah.gov, report an incident. Doesn't say if that's the site. Alright, let's go to KUTV and see if they provide a link. Okay, the website is water.utah.gov/fame or shame. And it's a link. Okay. So let's bring up the church. Newsroom. Temple Square is reopening to the public this summer. There we go. It does not need to be open, especially when there's a water crisis. Is this a water use complaint or complaint? It's a complaint, for shame. Next. Have you reported this property before? No. In which city? Salt Lake City. What is the address? Landmark. We can just say Temple Square. Temple Square. Zip code. Temple Square address 84150. 84150. Was today, wasn't it? 8th of June? Nope, yesterday. That's right. I'm not sure what time. They don't have a time when they put it on, so we'll say 5 p.m. 5:00 p.m. Daytime watering. Too long. Okay, so it will be daytime watering. Too long, one spot. Watering for 2 consecutive hours or more in the same location. Depends on how crowded it gets, so I will leave that one blank. Day after day, watering for several days straight. It's raining. Water during, well, no, we don't have rain, that's the whole problem. Fix the drip. Misdirected water. No. Inside issues. It refers to leaks or swamp coolers. Let's see, other or detailed description. And I can paste the link. Which category best represents the wasteful water use? It's a business, because it's not a church, it's a business part of the church. They're a corporation. So it's a business. And Cox said corporations. Let's see, optional contact information of report submitter. Include your contact information, can help local entities follow up. Yeah, I can be assassinated. I'm going to leave it blank and see if they'll allow it. It does say optional. So yes, no, you will not follow up. And so it is anonymous. Cool. And so I'm done. Thank you for the information. Done. The church is not the law. They have to follow the law just like all the rest of us. If they can't shut down church, I'm going to use that to report again on Sunday. Report church for water waste on Sunday. Because he said there should be no water running on Sundays. No church. Cox canceled church. It's a crime. We are in a crisis. He declared a national emergency, or a state emergency, rather. The church has to shut down. They cannot run water. They have to save the water for the rest of us, the citizens. They do not get an exemption.